Power scaling is something pretty common in the anime community where people see attacks, calculate how strong they are, and how much damage they would do in real life. And it's pretty fun, people enjoy it, but it's not meant for every series. It's not meant for every single character. Certain series aren't meant to be power scaled, bro. And that's okay. Some series are more so very heavily narrative focused to where the story is the main part and these characters just end up having fights. At the same time in real life, sometimes people just get into fights. That's happens in a lot of series, yet people want to take them and power scale them when a lot of times they just not meant for that, bruh. And it's okay. You don't gotta power scale everything. You can tell when a series lends itself to power scaling because it makes it pretty obvious. It'll directly give you the calculations that you want. It'll directly say, oh yeah, this character is this speed, this character does this and that, this character takes this amount of time to do this. So okay, well, this is and that means this is and that. They'll directly compare a character's feats to something real that you can grab and scale. And other times series just won't. They won't explain their powers. They won't explain what's going on. They just do it. You feel me? And I think that balance is very needed in the community because you don't gotta power scale everything, bro. Not everything needs you to sit there and calculate what type of effect it would have in real world. And I know it's usually meant for versus battles, but when you only go based off direct power scaling, it makes versus battles not the way that they might have been intended. Two characters in the thumbnail, Goku and Makima. Goku's from Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is the power scaling series. They blow up planets. They run at light speeds. You know what I mean? It's a series to where it lends itself very well to power scaling because power and strength and big feats of destruction are big namestay of the series. People will punch and galaxies explode, and that's cool. That's very cool. That's what makes Dragon Ball Dragon Ball. But Chainsaw Man is the series power system is very, things just happen, very absolute in the sense of they're not going to explain the powers to you. They're not going to explain the power to you unless they have a narrative reason to. And that's only so we as the reader can understand, okay, this character might have died a couple times, but they kept coming back. Why did they do that? Oh, because of this? Okay, that's it. It's not going to always blatantly say, yeah, this character has the power to run and do this and blow up this planet, and this punch is comparable to this earthquake. No. And that's fine, bro. You need that contrast. Dragon Ball is more of a train, get stronger. You can, if you train hard enough, if you're born with these alien genetics, you can be some crazy planet buster. But Chainsaw Man, they only got one planet. You can't keep blowing up the planet because you only got one of them. You feel me? Now, things in Chainsaw Man, certain characters in Chainsaw Man will affect the planet, yeah. Like Fallendale, for example, her presence makes the world's gravity shift and everybody flows up. Crazy, right? But when it comes to power scaling that, what are you power scaling? Is she world level? Is she city block level? Is she building level? And if you take it at just that flat number of, oh well, she didn't destroy a building, so she's weaker than these people who can destroy buildings, that you got the game all messed up. You got the game all messed up, bro. I done seen so many people when it comes to Mockingbird say, yeah, she's just street level. She's just a street level threat. The whole time she pointing at you and you doing this. Your bones is broken. She pointing at you and you mind control. You can't move. You're hers. Then she got all these other people using all their different powers. Certain characters, they have the certain characters are very hacks heavy, and that's the way they want to go about it. Like JoJo's, for example. JoJo's is a very hacks heavy series, and when you try to power scale hacks, you start getting weird things like 4D, complex, multi-dimensional. Oh, he can teleport you through dimensions, but he still can't punch a brick wall in half. So what are we scaling that as? What are we doing with that information? You feel me? It just makes it so that certain characters aren't meant to be scaled that way. You're not meant to scale. If a series is known for blowing up buildings and it uses punching walls to display power, cool. But a series can also use weird random things that happen to you to also display power too. And there's just different ways of going about it. But that series that does the weird things to display power, you power scale that in the same way you power scale another series, and that series is gonna seem weak. Whole time they would put you in another dimension and put you in a box floating in space, and you wouldn't even know it because you thinking they street level and you think you would take them in a fight. It don't always work like that, bro. It don't always work like that, and it doesn't have to. It's not meant to, bro. Certain things are meant to be left in the... Oh, I don't know how that character's powers really work. That was a little weird. Some things are meant to be taken as... Y'all know how, like, eldritch horrors, right? They come to Earth, and they have powers beyond the human mind that you can't really scale or understand their powers because they just are. They just exist, and it's not something that you need to compare it to understand. You're not gonna say, yeah, Cthulhu, he's city block level because I've never seen him blow up a city. Boy, Cthulhu will shatter your mind by just looking at him, bruh. That boy have you stuck sitting here mentally, bruh, because you can't comprehend what he's doing. That's how these certain animes are, because that's just how it is. You're not meant to understand and power scale everything. Some things are meant to be above human comprehension or just not meant for us to be understood. And that's cool. I think that's so cool. I think shows that just have powers that are very cool. And of course, power systems, they've been around for the longest, right? But, it's just like certain times I don't want a power system. I want things to just happen, bruh. I want the spectacle of not knowing what's going on, but knowing that this character can do this, and I don't need to scale it. Because if I scale it and think, oh, well, this character is only this low because of that, and then they do something else crazy, I'm a little goofy. You feel me? That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That's